Good morning, everyone. I am Arna Rawat, and today we will be learning about voice. Let's begin with the topic. What voice is? Voice is a form of verb indicating the relation between the participants in a narrated event, that subject or object, and the event itself. Common distinctions of voice found in over all the languages almost are those of active and passive. So, voice is like a relation that indicates that whether the subject is the doer of the action or it is the receiver. So, its two types are active and passive. Let's look into each of them one by one. First, talking about active voice. Sentences in which the subject performs the action and the object receives it is said to be in active voice. We can say when the subject of the verb is the doer of the action, then it is said to be in active voice. That is how normally the sentences are made. The subject is the doer of the action and object is the receiver. Like here, in example, it is given Rita cuts the cake. Over here, Rita is the subject of the sentence as well as she is the doer, while cake is the receiver and object. Some important points about the sentences in active voice are that they use verbs in active form. The action is expressed directly and the emphasis is on the subject rather than on the object. Like in the sentence, Rita cuts the cake. The emphasis is on Rita, right? What Rita is doing. Moving on with passive voice. When the verb in a sentence shows that subject is not the doer of the action, the sentence is in passive voice. Let us rewrite the previous examples. First, in the example, we had Rita cuts the cake. But now I say the cake is cut by Rita. This sentence gives the same meaning as the previous ones. But the only difference over here is that now the receiver of the verb is the subject while the doer is the object. For example, a song was sung by them. Earlier we said they sang a song. Although they are giving the same meaning, this was in the active. This one is in passive voice and the earlier one was in active voice. Now let's look into the pointers of passive voice. In this, we do not know who has performed the action. Although we know sometimes, but in passive voice, the emphasis is on the object. So the people don't look into the subject more properly, and the emphasis is all on the verb and the object. The action is more important than who did it or what causes to happen. Let us look into the conversion of active into passive voice. Let us see a few important facts about it. Only those sentences in which active voice that have transitive verbs and their for object can be changed into the passive voice. What does it say is that transitive verbs and the sentences that are there with the object can only be changed into passive voice. There is for sure that if there is no object, what will be putting in the subject or who will be the receiver? So we can't change them into passive voice. Future continuous and all perfect continuous tenses do not have passive forms. What is future continuous? They will be playing. And perfect continuous means have been doing, had been doing, and will have been doing. These all are the tenses that cannot be changed into passive forms. The detransitive verbs can have two passive forms as they have two objects. We will look into this pointer after we look into the simple sentences and then we will move on to the concept of detransitive verbs. First point to remember is the subject verb agreement is important to be followed in all the sentences. If the passive subject is plural, then verb is also to be plural, like the cakes were eaten by us. Here, the passive subject, that is the cakes, is taking up a plural verb, that is were, and The cake was eaten by us. Over here, the passive subject is singular, so it takes up singular verb with it. Moving on with the changes in verbs. When a transitive verb has two subjects, then there are two possible ways of converting the sentence into the passive voice. In such a sentence, either of the two subjects may be used, either the two objects may be used as the subject in the passive voice, while the other remains unchanged and is called the retained object. So over here we talked in the third point that detransitive verbs can be changed into two passive forms as they have two objects. So here is how to do that. Like I say, he gave us some almonds. Here there are two objects. Us is direct while almonds is indirect object. So we would say some almonds were given to us or we were given some almonds. Over here both the sentences are correct. While the first one is preferred more, in which we change the direct object. Table showing the change in verbs and tenses. For simple present, we usually say grows, and in passive form it is or are grown. Present continuous, is or are growing, is or are being grown. Present perfect, has have grown, has have been grown. For present perfect continuous, has have been growing, and it has no passive form as he told in the starting. Simple past is grew, was were grown in the passive form. Past continuous was were growing, was were being grown. Past perfect had grown, and passive form had been grown. For past perfect continuous, in active voice it is had been growing and no passive form. Simple future tense will grow, will be grown. No passive form for future continuous, and in active voice it is will be growing. Future perfect is will have grown and it changes to will have been grown. Future perfect continuous has no passive form. In the active voice it is will have been growing. Here are examples. She plays piano, piano is played by her. She is playing piano, piano is being played by her. She has played piano, piano has been played by her. Similarly, you can read the leftover examples. Let us move on with the change in subject. I changes to me. We changes to us. He changes to him. She changes to her. They changes to them. And you and it do not change. Like if we say that I am completing my work. My work is being completed by me. Now the change in modals. Modals are the auxiliaries that are used with the verbs to show obligation, possibility, etc. This is our next topic to be learned. So you can watch the next video to know more about the modals. Over here we are just knowing about that how to change the modal auxiliaries into passive voice. So for may or might, the change is to be that might be plus verb third form, that is the past participle form of the verb. We may call the watchman. The watchman might be called by us. Can changes to can be plus verb third form. She can solve the sum. The sum can be solved by her. Similarly, could changes to could be plus verb 3. Sham could cross the river. The river could be crossed by Sham. Similarly, over here, should changes to should be plus verb 3. Must changes to must be plus verb 3. And ought to changes to ought to be plus verb 3. So, for sentences examples, should. She should complete the assignment. The assignment should be completed by her. Must. We must follow the rules. The rules must be followed by us. Ought to. We ought to be our all elders. The elders are, okay, we can't change ought to. It has to be are to be plus verb 3. So we would say that the elders are to be, or no, we have to say like, we can say that should changes to should be plus verb 3. She should complete the assignment. The assignment should be completed by her. Must. we must we must follow the rules. The rules must be followed by us. And ought to changes to ought to be plus verb 3. We ought to obey our elders. The elders are ought to be obeyed by us. So change in verbs now. So okay, the slide is in between. It is change in tense. So simple present tense. Now the detransitive verbs. First, what are they? They are the verbs that contain two objects, direct and indirect. For passive form, in the sentences, any one of the object can be changed to subject. And we have looked into that example over here as well. He gave us some almonds. In the passive form, they can be changed twice, and the rule is that in such sentences, using by is pointless and is not done usually. Although if you would put by, there is not it will not be correct, but why to put when it is pointless? She teaches me English. I am taught English by her. He gave us almonds. We were given almonds. She gave her sister some lilies. Some lilies were given to her. Similarly, you can also say English is taught to me by her. Some almonds are given to us. She was given some lilies. Now, interrogative sentences. Sentences starting with the auxiliary verbs. Starting with do, does or did. Do, does or did change into is, am, are, was or were. Like, did he bake the cookies? Were the cookies baked by him? So, were is put in the starting, or is, am, are, was or were is put in the starting. Then the object is to be changed. That is changed into the subject is put. Then the verb in the third form. And then our subject like by him. Starting with has or have. Has or have changed to have been plus participle form of the verb. Past participle form. Have you written this letter? Has this letter been written by you? So the formation is like has or have plus the object that is changed into the subject, been plus past participle form, and then our subject change into object. Starting with is, am, are, was or were. Is she watching the television? Is the television being watched by her? And the questions starting with the modals can, must, should or whatever never change. So when it is in sentence, it can be changed like can be, should be, must be. But if the question starting like can he do this? Then it never changes. Now, second form of interrogative sentences, that is the sentences starting with the question words. What are question words? Who, what, when, which, etc. and where also. So it changes like only in the verb. The question word is placed in the starting only. Like which road has the protesters blocked? Which road has been blocked by the protesters? See, the thing remains the same. Which road has been blocked by the protesters? In this, because in this type of sentences, the object is already placed in the starting, so it doesn't change. We put the question word, then the object that is changed into the subject, then the verb that has to be like the table shown earlier, then by and our subject that is changed into the object. Like, when will you clean your room? When will your room be cleaned by you? So now imperative sentences, the passive command or order begins with let. Imperative verb changes to be plus participle, like do not ill-treat poor. It is an order, or we can say it is a command. So it will be let the poor not be ill-treated. Switch off the lights. Let the lights be switched off. Second thing is advice or suggestion. In this, we change object into subject and the verb changes to should or must plus be plus past participle. Like take medicines regularly, it is a suggestion or it is an advice. So we change it like first our object, that is medicines, should be taken regularly. Call the police. The police must be called. We can put should and must interchangeably, or we can say when it is a situation in which you need to do it or it is confirmatory, then we put must, or when it is an advice, an informal advice that you should do it, then should is put. Third form, that is when request begins from please or kindly. Phrase you are requested to is placed before the verb. In negative senses, you are not requested to. You are requested not to plus verb is used. For sentence asking for permissions, words like kindly or please are placed between may and be. Like if I say, please send the invoice at the earliest. You are requested to send the invoice at the earliest, or you can also say the invoice may kindly be sent at the earliest. And if we say, if we say like, please don't touch the glass, you are requested not to touch the glass. It's a simple exercise for you all. You have to convert the following sentences from active to passive form. I will tell the first one and you have to do the others. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Also, I am posting a quiz link in the description and in the comment section. You can attempt it. I will clean the room. The room will be cleaned by me. Thanks for watching.